to dunk when you've got wembanyama chasing you?
He got like 6-7 blocks on me, but we won the game, so that's a good thing.
You heard Nikola Jokic. Victor Wembanyama had 9 blocks against the Denver Nuggets, and that is outrageous. But something that really speaks to an MVP caliber player is really following that by having 42 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks on 56% shooting. The utter resiliency by this man over here is insane. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Nikola Jokic and the impact he has on his squad, alongside the chances of him winning the MVP again. Yeah, again. We're gonna understand this by playing some clips from a lot of players like Shaquille O'Neal, a lot of talking heads in the NBA that know what they're talking about. Or do they know what they're talking about? Before we get any further, make sure you guys smash that like and smash that subscribe. We are near 15,000 subscribers. Let's get right into today's video. So like I said before, the topic of being the MVP is pretty hard right now considering what Luka Doncic is doing. But there is one thing that Nikola Jokic does that most of these other MVP candidates don't do. And the numbers back it up as well. And this is getting your players involved and making your team a better team. So what we're gonna do now is compare the shot quality that each of these MVP candidates give to their players. How good is the shot quality? First, let's look at Luka Doncic. He has a lot of greens here, and his team gets an average shot quality of 1.43% when he's on the floor. Then we have Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's a playmaker, but he isn't as good of a playmaker as Jokic is whatsoever. So his average shot quality change is only 1.23% to the team, which is pretty solid. You know, you got a couple of greens to Middleton and Portis, but besides that, it's just pretty much average. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, well, I think he can really work on changing the average shot quality of his squad, you know, getting more involved and playmaking and stuff like that. That would really help his chances at winning the MVP next season. But then when you look at Nikola Jokic's chart, come on, you guys see the difference. Everyone on the list, everyone is green. Nikola Jokic has a better average shot quality change than all 3 of these MVP candidates combined. And there's a reason why the Denver Nuggets are playing so good this season. It's because of Nikola Jokic's playmaking, and here's what his coach had to say about how well he plays.
What does that say about Nikola? Not only is a superstar in this league, but at this point in the season, to come out with that kind of focused effort.
Well, yeah, I think it speaks to why he's the going to be a 3-time MVP. It speaks to his understanding that it's not just about Nikola, and that's what I love about him probably more than anything is how selfless he is. It's not about him getting 26, 18, and 16. It's about he was so into the game tonight, so into the huddles, talking to guys, being vocal on the court. That shows you the investment. That shows you how much he cares about this team. Understanding, like the message out of the All-Star break, come on, I didn't tell him to send a text message. Him taking ownership of this team. Tonight, him showing up and saying, okay, I'm gonna do what MVPs do. I'm gonna help lead us to a win because we've lost 2 games in a row with 7-8 games. So it speaks to his maturity, his leadership, his accountability, ownership, everything that you would apply to truly great players.
When you get praise coming like that from your head coach, starting a group chat on the side to get your team going, it just shows how much you care about your roster and about your players. And one thing that Nikola Jokic does is that although he can go and get you those 25 points, he will rack you up rebounds and assists, which literally make it so much harder for people like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to compete, because Shai does have those 30-point games, but his playmaking and rebounding is nowhere near, and I say nowhere near, Nikola Jokic. And knowing what I just said, take a listen at what Shaquille O'Neal and Candace Parker say about the MVP debate.
Pretty impressive what they're doing.
You want consideration, you want to be the MVP. The MVP is SGA.
Why? Why, Shaq?
I saw something today. He's one of few guys that have 50, 30-point games in the season.
Yeah.
And he meets my criteria and everybody else's.
The real Shaq criteria, not the one left.
The baddest player in the game, and their team is 49-21.
All right, let me ask you this question.
Denver is 51-21.
Since we asking questions now.
Oh, here we go.
Since we asking questions, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
If this is the first season that Jokic is doing what he's doing, is he the MVP?
No.
So if you've never seen Jokic, And
Nobody's
you've
doing
never
it.
seen Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. No,
Nobody's
because I
doing
think
it.
Point is that we're gotten tired
we
of
get
that.
tired of
30-point
greatness.
games.
And I think that we can never get tired.
That's 50, 30-point games.
That's the
Who
reason
else
why Michael doesn't have more MVPs. I think the league got sick of Michael dominating.
I
They're like,
agree.
here.
But SGA has 50, 30-point games.
I'm not denying that, but I think Jokic from top to bottom, what is he? One of two? Hold on, I have a stat. One of two that's averaging 20, 10, and 8 assists.
Candace Parker brings up a very good point here. We're tired of seeing greatness. Once a player drops triple doubles over and over and over again, we tend to get used to it. And I think if this was Nikola Jokic's first season dropping these numbers, he would automatically get the MVP. But Shaq is bringing up the 30-point games from Shea, bro. Like, that's not even close to what Jokic is doing. Jokic is dropping 30 points on top of rebounds and assists. It just, there's levels to this. I think if you're going to have an argument, at least put Luka Doncic in that argument. And this is where one talking head that I have so much respect for now, Shannon Sharpe, gives us his take on the MVP.
Do you think that Jokic should be the MVP?
I do. The consistency, and I think sometimes, Stephen A., you've been a voter for this, and sometimes the guys' numbers are just so consistent across the board, like Jordan. I mean, after you see him average 33, 5, and 5 for like 6 years in a row, you're like, what's so special about it? Or Giannis doing what he's doing, or LeBron when he in his prime was doing what he was doing. I think Nikola Jokic is going to win the MVP his third in about 5 to 6 years. And I think Luka, if Luka won it, I wouldn't be disappointed if Luka won it. Because I don't know if anybody's noticed it, but he's always been great. But Stephen A., he's taking his play up to another, if you can imagine that, he's taking his play up to another level. So I wouldn't be disappointed if Luka won it. But I think Nikola's going to win it. Jokic's going to win it.
Shannon, I'm going to do you a favor, man. I'm going to give you the last word on this subject while I throw this by you, okay? Let me see if I can change your mind. We recognize the greatness of the reigning defending champion as is Nikola Jokic and the NBA Finals MVP. We understand, right?
Yes.
My choice right now is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I'm going to stop the clip right there because Stephen A. Smith likes to go on rants that make absolutely zero sense. Until the day Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can put up these 30 points and average a near triple-double, then you can come talk to me about his MVP. But for now, there's no comparing him and Jokic. Jokic is doing something that we're just getting used to, dropping 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists with 1.3 steals. A near triple-double every game. So my final verdict, would I have Nikola Jokic winning the MVP this season? Yes, I do. And would I be surprised if Luka Doncic wins it? No, I would not. But would I be surprised if Shea wins it? I would absolutely just find the nearest cliff and dive head first.